The new millennium has us all looking to the future, but the Astrodome has us all looking back.
Is the new home of the National League Houston Astros, the Harris County Dome Stadium they call the Astrodome.
It was simply the biggest thing ever to hit Houston. Baseball indoors with 45,000 of your closest friends. The air chilled to a perfect 72 degrees.
So, whatever the weather is outside, you should always be comfortable inside the Astrodome.
1965, Houston finds itself in the big leagues, and every resident wanted a seat in the windproof stadium.
Say, remember when watching a baseball game meant coping with this too? The ladies needn't worry about dressing for the weather. Just dress for fun.
The times certainly have changed since that first season back in '65, but in many ways the Astrodome continues to be a modern marvel. 210 feet from field to ceiling, it's big enough to fit an 18-story building inside. I may be way out in left field here, but the Astrodome is still the eighth wonder of the world.
Left field, it's the game winner. The Astros win it.
What's the best seat you have?
34 years later, folks are still lining up to see baseball in the Dome. Tickets for the final season honor the history made inside. Mickey Mantle hit the first home run. Sosa and McGuire may hit some of the last.
That is now a steel, plastic, and concrete reality. Houston's world-famous new landmark, the Astrodome.
Well, Linda, Astros fans are flocking to experience the team's final days at the Dome. There are 11 regular season home games remaining, but no matter where the Astros play, the spirit of the Dome will never die. Looking to the future tonight, we begin by looking to the past. News 2 Houston Night Beat reporter Brendan Keefe live in downtown Houston tonight. Brendan?
Well, Bill, out with the old, in with the new. Enron Field is finally starting to look like a real ballpark, but the legend of the Astrodome continues to tower over this new stadium. The Astrodome has turned baseball inside out.
Oh, yeah! Bye-bye!
3 decades of memories now in the bottom of the ninth.
I hate to see it go, but, you know, that's what they want. That's what they're going to have.
All of this hits close to home for Sal Chilmey, guarding the infield gate at every home game for the last 10 years. This is what he sees, and this is how you see him on TV right behind the ump. Do you have any fans?
Yeah, a few of them.
And then there's Dave, who logs all the pitches, his radar gun faster than a speeding bullet.
I have the absolute best seat in the house.
At least you have a seat. Sal doesn't have a seat.
That's true.
Houston put a roof over our heads back in '65.
The Harris County Dome Stadium they call the Astrodome.
4 years before we landed on the moon, we were playing baseball indoors. The Astrodome, after all, is just a building. What makes this house a home? People. And while baseball is moving downtown, the people will go there too. They'll bring the Astrodome with them in their hearts. There's Arnie, the peanut guy.
At least I didn't have to play left field this year. It came close to that.
And Jeff, who runs the manual scoreboards.
When somebody scores in a bulb, it's just not as much fun as when you see that number slide into the little slot.
Jeff catches the game through tiny slits between the boards or through the door as he's changing a number.
Actually, the league has a rule against us opening the door when live play.
Some things never change.
Peanuts! Roasted peanuts!
Others are gone forever. The organ player has been replaced by a computer program.
She's a grand old lady.
Charlie Hardy has watched it all on a 9-inch television screen. He's worked at the Dome for 33 years, but Charlie has never seen an Astros game with his own eyes. And there's something the Dome has never seen, a World Series. At least, not yet.
Like icing on the cake, double thick icing to have a World Series here. I think, and especially if it could be the Texas Rangers.
And I have a feeling Charlie would sneak out and see his first Astros game if indeed they were playing the World Series. Let's hope that happens. I personally expect to be standing here in another 35 years doing a story on how we're closing this old ballpark. We're live downtown. I'm Brendan Keefe.